Are the Bengals done for the season? A deep dive into their struggle. As we approach Week 11 of the NFL season, the Cincinnati Bengals find themselves in unfamiliar territory. A team that entered the season with high expectations is now sitting at 4-7, ranking 10th in the AFC and 3rd in their division. Their most recent loss, a 27-34 nail-biter, underscores a troubling trend. The Bengals can't seem to put together a complete game. It's a disappointing reality for fans, especially when considering the stellar performances of some of the team's biggest stars. Let's break down what's going right for the Bengals and why it's still not enough. Joe Burrow, carrying the offense. Despite the team's record, Joe Burrow has been nothing short of phenomenal this season. The star quarterback is playing at an MVP caliber level, throwing for 3,028 yards, 27 touchdowns, and only 4 interceptions. His passer rating of 106 places him among the league's elite quarterbacks. Burrow has shown incredible poise under pressure, often extending plays with his mobility and consistently delivering accurate passes. He's not just putting up empty stats either. His ability to lead scoring drives has kept the Bengals competitive in several games. However, Burrow's brilliance hasn't translated to wins, raising the question, is the rest of the team letting him down? Ja'Marr Chase, the NFL's top receiver. If Burrow is the engine of the Bengals offense, Ja'Marr Chase is the turbocharger. Chase is putting up numbers that solidify his status as one of the best, if not the best, wide receivers in the NFL this season. Receptions, 73, first in the NFL. Receiving yards, league leader touchdowns. Leading the league, Chase's ability to dominate in every facet of the receiving game makes him a nightmare for opposing defenses. Whether he's hauling in deep passes, making contested catches, or racking up yards after the catch, Chase is a complete receiver. His connection with Burrow has been one of the few bright spots for the Bengals this season. But as dominant as Chase has been, his production alone hasn't been enough to save Cincinnati from its struggles. Trey Hendrickson, a lone bright spot on defense. On the defensive side, Trey Hendrickson has been a one-man wrecking crew. The veteran defensive end is having a career year, leading the league in sacks with 11.5. He's also the league leader in quarterback hits, averaging 2.18 per game, and ranks 2nd in tackles for loss per game. Hendrickson's ability to disrupt opposing offenses is undeniable. He's been a constant presence in the backfield, pressuring quarterbacks and making critical plays. However, football is a team sport, and Hendrickson can't do it all by himself. The problem areas. Why the Bengals are struggling. Despite standout performances from their stars, the Bengals are plagued by glaring weaknesses that have derailed their season. Let's break them down. 1. A weak defense. The Bengals' defense has been their Achilles heel. Here's how they rank in key defensive categories. Points allowed, 28th, 26.9 points per game. Passing yards, allowed, 23rd. Rushing yards, allowed, 21st touchdowns allowed. 2nd most in the NFL sacks, 28th. These numbers paint a grim picture. Opposing offenses have had little trouble moving the ball against the Bengals, whether through the air or on the ground. The lack of pressure on opposing quarterbacks, despite Hendrickson's dominance, has been particularly concerning, as it has exposed the secondary to big plays. Defenses that can't make stops put enormous pressure on the offense to score on every possession, which is simply unsustainable in the NFL. 2. Special teams woes kicker. Evan McPherson, once a fan favorite, has become a liability this season. Against the Chargers, McPherson missed 2 critical kicks, a 48-yarder and a 51-yarder. These missed opportunities were costly in a game decided by a single possession. For the season, McPherson has converted just 71% of his field goal attempts, making him the 4th worst kicker in the league. In a sport where games are often decided by razor-thin margins, having an unreliable kicker can be the difference between winning and losing. 3rd, questionable coaching. Head coach Zach Taylor is under fire for his decision-making and play calling. His conservative approach in key moments, combined with a lack of creativity on offense, has left fans and players frustrated. During the loss to the Chargers, tensions boiled over. Defensive star Trey Hendrickson was seen yelling at Taylor on the sidelines, while Ja'Marr Chase expressed his frustrations in a post-game press conference. When players start openly criticizing the coaching staff, it's a sign that the locker room may be losing faith in its leader. Can the Bengals turn things around? The short answer, probably not this season. The Bengals' 4-7 record puts them in a deep hole, especially in a competitive AFC. While their stars are performing at a high level, the team's deficiencies on defense, special teams, and coaching make it difficult to imagine a late-season turnaround. That said, the Bengals do have a foundation to build on. With Burrow, Chase, and Hendrickson leading the way, the team has the core pieces needed for future success. However, they'll need to address their weaknesses in the offseason. Defense, investing in both the secondary and the pass rush will be critical. Special teams, finding a reliable kicker should be a top priority. Coaching, whether it's tweaking the current staff or making bigger changes, the Bengals need leadership that can maximize their talent. Looking ahead. It's disappointing to see a team with so much potential underperforming, but the NFL is a league of quick turnarounds. With the right moves in the offseason, the Bengals could bounce back stronger next year. What do you think? Are the Bengals officially done for the season? What changes do you think they need to make in the offseason to return to contention? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next post.